Hey, what's up everybody? In this episode, we are going through Wireframes Part 2. So a couple episodes ago, we walked through Wireframes Part 1. We talked about how to get things going, how to get things started, how to start thinking about answering questions in the right way based off of what people actually need. And so in this episode, we are going through an actual homepage wireframe as an example and showing you the different sections that you could use as a starting point for any framework that you want to start building for your own website. My name is John Aikin. I am the CEO of Web Canopy Studio, and I did get new glasses. Thank you for noticing. This is the Website Conversion Show. I want to give a high-level overview of how some of those frameworks might play out when you're building a homepage. So the wireframe playbook inside of what we're doing, I go through these sections of the homepage. This is an example of a homepage. You don't have to do it this way, but I can tell you, if you follow this when you're going through a homepage, you're going to have an amazing page that converts very well, or has the user take an action at a very high rate if you have the right people and you're saying the right things following this framework. And so what does that look like? Well, you'll start to see how I'm playing into pain, agitate, solution. You'll start seeing how I'm providing proof, and we're doing all these different things that I had just mentioned on some of these frameworks, okay? So to start, we have at the very top, we have a header, right? Again, we have 2 seconds to capture the attention. So you could play with hook, story, offer. You could play with a lot of different pieces of that. However, we're putting together this and saying we have a punchy statement, a short description, and a call to action. Hook, story, offer. All right, that is literally the header of the website. That's what we're trying to aim for. And then you'll see all these green boxes on this that we put together here. These green boxes represent a value proposition and a diagram. The value propositions are literally taking a sales statement and it's saying, hey, this is a way to solve a problem, and here's a diagram to show you how that works. Diagram images, they sell considerably better than just statements. So can we visually tell a story of what that looks like? Then we have testimonials. You'll see that those are listed here in these yellow boxes, and the testimonials are intended to be not one big slider of testimonial. I think that's a very incorrect way to treat a social proof. Do not include a slider. I mean, yes, we have a lot of modules that do that if you want to. It's fine. I would recommend having an individual section though as your primary focal point for your testimonial, just one at a time. Now, maybe this testimonial has 3 across the top, like the example that you'll see when you look into the wireframe playbooks. However, it's a testimonial section, all right? And it's not going to be the only. There's several. There's 5, I think, on this example. Then we go through problem statements. You have these problems, solution statement. Here's a solution to those problems. Then we go through a how it works diagram. So if I'm going to talk about a product or a system or a service, I want to give an extremely high level overview of the 4 steps of how that actually works. In a diagram, again, another value proposition, another testimonial, another value proposition, and an authority statement around the awards or the recognition. So we're giving proof, we're backing up what it is that we are saying. Then I'm going to go back to another value proposition, and then I'm going to talk about what they tried and why it didn't work. So I'm invalidating what other people have done or where they probably are right now. Because essentially, I am saying the value propositions are like individual features of a product. Okay, it's like we might have 10 features of this software, and I'm going to make a value proposition, an individual one for each of those features, needs, features, benefits, things like that. And I might have a diagram if I can, because again, visuals are going to sell that a lot more than just statements of what that does. And it could just be icons. It could just be a visual representation that way. It could be a screenshot of the product. So those value propositions are going to help me considerably more. And then I'm going to also provide, I showed you we had awards previously, okay? And then we had testimonials, so social proof. and then I'm going to show them what they tried. You probably are doing this, or you've tried this in the past, and here's why that sucks. Here's why that didn't work. I'm going to throw stones at that and burn those bridges of our competitors. I'm going to provide another solution statement for why this is a great solution for you. There's probably a CTA inside of there. We're going to provide client logos, a list, a banner of all the different notable logos. Notice that's not at the very top. I think that's kind of played out a little bit. We're seeing less and less that is a super important thing at the top of the page. However, if it's all going down through all of these micro yeses that people are making, if you will, you could easily say, oh, and by the way, we've worked with brands just like NBC, Coca-Cola, all these, big name products and so on. Then steps to get started. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just go through, boom, 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 put your email in, sign up for a thing, and then boom, you're ready to go. Again, testimonials, another value proposition, a hard CTA, which is like straight up calling them out. You need to do this now because your life's at stake. Boom, book a call. Another testimonial. Then we offer a lead magnet. If they haven't booked a demo, they could get the 5-step checklist for why they need to do XYZ or how to do that. Then we have the final footer CTA, which should be on all pages. It's like the bottom footer of the website, and then the actual footer. All right, everybody. So that about sums it up for our big section around wireframes on the podcast. This, again, just a quick takeaway from this episode. This is a framework, right? It's a starting point. It is not an by law thing that you have to follow. This is not how we make even every one of our client websites follow this exact process, because everything is different. So my recommendation to you is think about the sections and the answers that you have to have and how those sections can play into the content that you're putting on the site. Think about that and where specifically your website might fall within, okay, how aware is my audience? How much pressure is my competition putting on this kind of content as well? And use that as a source to try and evaluate what kind of information that you need to have in order to answer those right kind of questions. So again, this is a framework. This is a guide. Use it as a resource. You don't have to use this as the tried and true, this has to be my method for websites. So that is it. That is all we have for today. If you have not done so yet, please go to webcanopystudio.com/assessment and take the website conversion assessment. You're going to get about 30 questions. It's going to ask you some really great questions about where you feel you stand on your website. And based off of the information that you provide, you will be given a personalized, customized report of things that you should do to fix that and to make things perform better on your website. I think that's it. Again, my name is John Aikin. I'm the CEO of Web Canopy Studio, and this was the Website Conversion Show. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.